Yeah, glad aspirants. I'm your mentor Shaurya Goswami. I hope you all are doing absolutely great. Welcome back to the Legal Vibe. I am recording this video at 1 a.m. for I don't know what reason, maybe because the video has to go live in the morning. But yeah, last time when I uploaded the video about how toppers actually approach the legal reasoning sections, a lot of you demanded me to actually upload a similar video for critical reasoning as well. Well, this is it. This is your critical reasoning video. We are going to follow a similar pattern in this video like we did in the previous video. To begin with, I will explain you how to approach that particular section, which is more or less the same. Then legal reasoning. After that, I will tell you how to approach the passages of this section, then how to choose the options and how to approach the questions. And like this, the video is going to flow. Before that, I've been telling this to you guys for so long that you should be practicing your previous year question papers and as well as a lot of mocks from wherever you can get. So, well, for the same, you can check out Oswaal Publications books, which has previous 10 years question papers for CLAT and ALET, as well as they have 10 mock test papers for CLAT 2026. So you can check out those books. The link is in the description box. Also, you can refer to the next clip to actually know what I'm talking about. So this is the book I was talking about by Oswaal Books, 10 mock test papers for CLAT UG. So let's look into the book. This is the contents. They have tips and tricks for CLAT and latest syllabus for CLAT, eligibility criteria, NLU 2024 cutoff 2024 to 2025, and NRF ranking. So this helps you while you select your college preferences. And then they have trend analysis, like what kind of questions has been asked in from 2025 to 2021 CLAT. And then it starts with the first paper, the last year, previous year solved paper 2025, and then they have 10 mocks completely curated by them as per the syllabus. They have answer keys and everything. So you can surely look into this book. The link is in the description box, so go get it. Coming back to the video, okay, let's get started. I will try to keep it as short as possible, and also a lot of people have demanded me to speak in English because there are people who don't actually understand Hindi. Well, I'm great. A lot of people are watching our videos. I will try to keep it in English as much as possible. Okay, so to begin with, the first step is how do you approach the particular section. So as I told you in the legal reasoning wala video, that basically you have 25 questions, roughly 24 questions, and for the 24 questions you have to give out 25 minutes. Okay, so that is the time for CR ka section. 25 minutes is the max. That is what you give. And obviously all of the questions have the same marks, like every question has 1 mark. So make sure you do the easy questions first. So if you start with passage 1 and it seems really difficult to you, move to the passage 2, 3 and 4, and then come back to passage 1 if you have enough time left. Make sure you don't give more than 5 minutes to one passage, and try to complete the passages within 25 minutes. Only if you have more time left, you can give it more time to the difficult questions. And make sure you give the entire 25 minutes to the critical reasoning wala section. अगर ऐसा अगर ऐसा हो गया कि maybe there were 4 passages and you are done with like 3 passages in around 15 minutes, and you have 10 more minutes left for CR particularly. So you can probably give 10 more minutes to that particular last passage that you could not actually solve. The goal is you have to get the easiest marks out first. You have to collect those easiest marks because every question at the end of the day carries only 1 mark. Okay, moving further, how do you approach the section? So the thing is, in critical reasoning sections, the most critical thing is the argument. Once you have gotten the argument, you are good to go. Every question, be it questions on assumption, questions on strengthening, weakening, or probably there are questions who actually ask you what is the argument. Whatever the question may be in critical reasoning, it is always based on the argument. Obviously, if it's a good question, and more or less it is based on the argument. So your main task is, while reading the passage, you have to get out the argument of the passage. Like by the time you're done reading, you should know the argument of the passage. What is the actual argument? What is the author talking about? Whatever the author talks about in critical reasoning passages, that thing is called arguments, like just a fancy word for the main idea, something like that. You can like actually consider it that way. It might make your task easier to spot out the argument. So what you have to do, you don't really have to read the passage, right? You should approach the passage with the reasoning that you are looking for the argument from the passage. जैसे अर्जुन की आंखें बिल्कुल ऐसे चिड़िया की आंख पर होती, like मछली की आंख पर होती, whatever. Same way, you just have to look for the argument. You don't. You just have to disregard all the extra information which is there. Look for the argument, and if it is a case that you forget the argument by the time the passage ends, so you can actually write 2 or 3 words after each paragraph, like whatever you understood from this paragraph, write 2 or 3 words. Then after each paragraph, at the end of the entire passage, you will have some words which you can use to formulate an argument. So that is how you approach the particular passages. And then let's talk about questions. See, there are a lot of types of questions in critical reasoning specifically. There is a lot of variety. So for the question, something like identify the assumption. If the question is asking you to identify the assumption, so what you have to do is just try negating the options. Assumption is something which the argument is based on. So if you negate the particular option and the argument collapses, then it is the assumption, otherwise it is not. And then strengthening and weakening. So an argument is actually made up of a set of premises leading to a conclusion based on an assumption. So if you have to strengthen an argument, you always have to add another premise to the argument such that which leads to the conclusion. So this way it strengthens the argument. And if you have to weaken the argument, you can either attack the assumption or you can attack the premise that is present there. So always you'll have to bring in new information to strengthen and weaken the arguments, right? And there are other things like find the main argument, or what is the author trying to speak, or parallel reasoning. Parallel reasoning is nothing but like same analogy which you can use in some other thing, and what is the author most likely to agree to. So what is the thing which is similar to the argument the most. So these are the questions which actually usually come into the CR section, and that is what they means. So कई बार ऐसा होता है कि people just look at the questions and it might sound different and they just get freaked out, but at the end of the day the set of the questions is it remains the same. They just tweak the wording a little bit and you get confused and panicked. As long as you know the argument, you can actually solve the questions, and make sure you trust your instincts. Actually, if you trust your instincts, you're good to go. This happens with a lot of people. They once they learn the basic, they start taking the basics like something written on the stone. It's not like that. You don't have to be that uptight. At the end of the day, you don't have to look for the perfect answer. You have to look for the best option possible. So if the if the question is asking you to strengthen the argument, okay, and then there are 4 options, 3 options are relevant, and the 4th option is not strengthening the argument, but it's kind of the assumption. So probably something that would make sense here, but it is not the best. It is not the perfect answer, but still you can choose the 4th option. You can choose that option, because at the end of the day you have to look for the best possible options from the given options. Please don't look for the perfect answer. More often than not, you are not going to find that answer, and it will just make you confused. So it's better sometimes you follow your instincts and make decisions like this. Choose the best option available. Please don't look for perfect answer. Also make sure you're reading the questions very properly, because sometimes the questions have double negatives. This argument, all of these options are the conclusion, except for. So the except is the keyword. Sometimes it is like nothing here is an assumption except. So it is double negative. So it is just asking you which is the assumption. So these are the kind of things which you actually need to take care. So find out the argument and read the question properly. See what the question is actually asking you. Are there negatives? Are there double negatives in the question? And then look for the options. Now I told you, like in sentence, how do you approach the question? How do you do it? So while you are at the options, how do you eliminate between those options? See, while you read the option, as soon as you read the option, mark cross if it cannot be the answer. and then you can make a dash if you think like it is not a very good option, but it's like maybe fine. I mean, if there is nothing better than this could be answer, then you can put a tick on the option which you feel like, oh yeah, this could be the answer. By the end of reading the 4 options, you will have probably cross on 2 questions, a dash on one, and a tick on one. So in that case, you know which is the best possible option, and that is what you need to find out. So this way you can eliminate the options as soon as you do it. See, a lot of people actually mistake things where you start overthinking. Don't overthink. Don't overthink at all. Read the option and see if it can be the answer or not. And at the end of the all of the options, just choose the best possible answer. That is how you do it. Please don't overthink. I guess that was all for CR. And if you actually follow all of this, if you read the questions properly and you eliminate and you don't overthink and you can get the argument out, you are good to go. No one can stop you from scoring 24 out of 24 in CR. Rest, if you feel like this video was actually helpful, you can share it with your CLAT study buddy groups such that your friends also find the same content and actually it helps them as well. Also, if you want videos like something fun, some story times or something like that, and maybe some videos specifically on some sections like CR basics, me explaining CR basics, something like that, please do comment and drop your suggestions in the comment box. If you like the video, please make sure you hit the like button, also like subscribe so that you know that we are bringing a video. And till then, best of luck, take care, sayonara.